Hi, my name is Penney Parkes and I'm an Advanced Director with the Pampered Chef. And today what I'd like to do is show you all how to do some zucchini linguini with more of a natural flair. I'm going to be making my own sauce for that. We're gonna roast some garlic, we're going to add some basil, and I think it's going to be a fabulous recipe when you want to clean up your diet a little bit, when you want to not use so many things from the jar. I think you're going to really enjoy this. So the way that we're going to start out first is we're going to start out with the chicken. I'm going to get the chicken rocking and rolling. Now, one of the things that I want you to keep in mind when you are doing chicken in your kitchen is that you necessarily don't need to wash chicken. Okay, a lot of people are washing chicken and contaminating their entire countertop. So what I do is I take my package of raw chicken, put it in the sink, run the water over the chicken, trim around my chicken with the fabulous kitchen shears, and then I take my chicken and I put it right in a Ziploc bag. Now what I did tonight is I took some olive oil and I took a combination of two of our rubs, the garlic and herb rub as well as the sweet basil rub. Rubbed it into the chicken with a little bit of olive oil. Right now what I'm doing is I'm heating up my grill pan and my press right on the cooktop. Now, what's really exciting at the Pampered Chef is that in a couple of weeks now, we're going to get in our brand new catalog, a grill press is coming out that is double the size. So what I'm going to be doing is power cooking of chicken. What I like to do is make a batch of chicken all at one time, and then in my head know the next two recipes that I'm doing with this. So tonight it's going to be sliced up with this zucchini linguini, but tomorrow this is going to be part of a panini. Okay. The next night maybe this is going to go into some pasta. And now I'm going to have the chicken, or maybe I'll make a grilled chicken Caesar salad with it. So once you have that base for a lot of your recipes, it makes cooking a lot easier. And one of the things that I really like when I do power cooking is to have my containers, because they store so beautifully in the refrigerator and they keep everything airtight. So the chicken will be perfectly safe and really delicious to eat, for the next 2 or 3 days as I start to incorporate some other recipes. Now to speed this along, I'm going to use our garlic and brie baker, and I'm going to roast some garlic. And when you roast the garlic, it mellows the garlic out a lot. The way that I roast garlic is I just cut off the top of the garlic so that you expose all this nice garlic. You want to make sure you don't have little green roots sticking up, because that means the garlic has already sprouted and it's not as fresh, and it can also be a lot more bitter. We're going to take our olive oil. Never had anything in the right place. Love this baby because look, you can just drip just a tiny bit. And then I'm going to just take some pepper, and I'm going to take some salt. Cover it with the top, the garlic and brie baker. We're going to put it in the microwave for 4 minutes, and then we're going to see how it goes. Sometimes you need to switch it around in your microwave. Now, the next part of this recipe is going to involve getting our zucchini ready. And the way that I like to do the zucchini, because I like to do everything fast, is to take our Holden slice, put it right at the edge of the zucchini, and then you just drag our julienne peeler all across. And one of the things that I like about using the Holden slice, that I can kind of turn the zucchini around. If you work on trying to stay away from the seeds of the zucchini, you're going to take a lot of the water out. Because vegetables tend to be very watery, so if you get the seed part in, your zucchini linguini is going to be a little bit more watery. So I'm just going to pull this out. I chose a particularly large zucchini because it's easier to work with that way. Generally, when you choose a zucchini, it should be light. Zucchini should never feel really dense. It should be light in your hand. So when you're choosing them, when you're making your selection at the supermarket, you want to think about that. So now I've got this whole batch of this nicely sliced zucchini, and our grill pan is probably ready, definitely ready. So almost start to make the beginnings of a pesto. And then what I did is I took some grape tomatoes. As far as buying organic or not buying organic, these happen to be organic because I looked in the store and they looked better than the other tomatoes. When you look at a tomato, you want it to be really red and look juicy and ripe because that's going to make your sauce. That's what's going to make your sauce have great flavor. So what I want to do is take some of our baby grape tomatoes, get them in there. This wonderfully fresh tomato sauce. And we're going to continue going with that as we get our garlic ready to put in here. Now, let's start with the raw grape. Raw crock is a fabulous tool because it goes into your oven, it goes under the broiler, it goes in your microwave, it goes on your cooktop, and also on the grill, and into the dishwasher, which is so key for cleanup. It is it's made of stone, but it's not like typical Pampered Chef stoneware in the sense that it's glazed and it is heat stable to 752 degrees, so you can do all this. What I love about the raw crock is something that you're going to see tonight. What we're going to do first is I am going to start to turn on my cooktop. Okay, start to heat that up. Get the raw crock a little bit warm. What you want to do with the raw crock is cover the bottom with just a little bit of oil. And what I like to do, so I don't create hot spots, is to take that oil, just a tiny bit, it's about a teaspoon of oil, and coat the bottom. Then we're going to let that heat up. Now, we're going to start this zucchini linguini on the cooktop, and then I'm going to finish it off in the microwave to make it go a lot faster. Okay, you can, you have a lot of choices with this. You can keep it right on your cooktop, but you can also put it in the microwave. If you keep it in the microwave the whole time, what I have found is it gets a little bit watery because of the release from the vegetables. What I like to do is to saute it just a little bit because I think it comes out better that way. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is just to add a little bit, see how nice that sauce comes out there? It's really, really gorgeous. Is to add some white beans to this because then we power pack the protein in. And if anybody is a vegan, then you can leave the chicken out entirely, but you still have a really wonderful protein source. So we're going to take our beans, we're going to drain them, get some of the excess salt out of there. And we're going to hold it in our colander just for a little bit. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention is that before I cook the chicken in the grill pan, one of the very key things is making sure that you get your chicken really even. Because if your chicken isn't even when you put it in the grill pan, when you put it in the microwave, when you put it on your grill outside, there is no way this chicken is going to cook properly. And one of the things that I love about doing it in the Ziploc bag is that you keep those chicken juices protected, in the bag. Things aren't splattering around your kitchen. And I can run my hand on the chicken and see that it's even. So I'm not necessarily making a scallopini. What I'm doing is I'm making the chicken really even. Okay, so as this raw crock heats up, our chicken's almost done. So now the garlic has come out of our garlic and brie baker, and it's pretty ready to be squeezed out. It's a little warm right now, but look how beautifully that just comes out. And what happens when you roast the garlic is it makes it a lot more mellow. So you can use, you would never think about using an entire head, well, I wouldn't think about using an entire head of garlic when I was just making a little sauce like this, but you can very easily do this with this really luscious garlic that we're going to do now. So now, what I really like about this sauce is that I know what went in here. I know that there is no extra sodium except a couple of grinds that I've done. I know there's no extra preservatives in there, and I know that what I'm feeding my family is really, really clean. And this is going to be especially great with the summer time when we start to grow our tomatoes outside. And one of the things that Pampered Chef is coming out with in just a few short weeks is a whole line of gardening tools, because I think it's really important. I know it always gets me so annoyed when I buy this gigantic thing of basil, and now I'm only using this little bit, and by the time I go to make another recipe, although I would stick this in a panini with some fresh mozzarella cheese, and maybe these roasted tomatoes too. I mean, that's the other thing. Once you're making a sauce like this, you make some extra and think, what else can I put this on besides zucchini linguini? You can make this as a spread for a ciabatta bread. Put a piece of chicken in there and mozzarella cheese. I just made that up, and isn't that exciting? But that's really the nice part of having all these. So doing some container gardening for yourself, I think, is a wonderful, wonderful way to keep those fresh vegetables. So look how nice that is, right in our manual food processor. Oh my gosh. You can just smell the freshness from this, so it's going to go right onto the zucchini. So like what I like to do with the zucchini is, now that the rock crock is hot, is get the zucchini in there and be able to saute it around. Go off a little bit, and now I can show you the beautiful chicken that we've got. Okay, this gorgeous grilled chicken, which right now outside, I can't get outside because there's so much ice buildup at my door. So I can get the effects of this grilled chicken right in my home, which I think is terrific. And as that cooks, very, very quickly, we are able to come up with a fabulous dinner that's going to be done in 5 minutes time. That zucchini out somewhat. So we're going to take it and we're going to put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes. I just took 2 big packages of tomatoes, washed them, dried them, put them on the bar pan, just took a little bit of olive oil, just a tiny little bit. Actually, what I did for these is I sprayed it with our kitchen spritzer. Okay, then a little bit of salt and pepper, put in the oven 425. You want to see them really charred because that's what's going to give them that great roasted flavor.
Did you cut them, or are they whole?
I did not cut them, no, they were whole. And that to me just makes the whole recipe so much easier to be able to throw that on here. I've also done this with butternut squash, cubed butternut squash. You can do that, and you can make a puree of butternut squash in there that you can then add to a vegetable stock and make a soup that way, which is really good and really, really healthy. That's really nice for making, you know, any kind of sauces or anything. So our zucchini is going to come out now, and I'm going to grab our, microwave grips, pull the zucchini out, and, you know, it's going to be up to you as to how al dente this zucchini is going to be, and it's really going to be totally to your taste and flavor. Just get this over here, and let's show the video. See, still nice and green. Okay, I like to have it, you know, the color to be nice and green. And then we're going to add our luscious sauce to this. Mix this around. We're going to add some white beans. We can make even some more sauce. I have a fair amount of zucchini here. We have plenty of tomatoes to make some additional sauce. I'm going to top this off. Love this golden slice. With some slices of grilled chicken. And we have a fabulous meal of, I call this my Tuscan zucchini linguini. Ooh. And thank you.